we have created our Native American inspired stamp. And we did that by using a piece of cardboard, and we glued foam on in patterns that were inspired by Native Americans. And today is such a great day because we're actually going to get to print or stamp these patterns onto your burlap. This is your burlap. You should have that. Make sure your name's on it. The other supplies that you will need for this project are a tray of paint. We're actually using tempera paint, and it's in the ice cube trays. Whenever you're using tempera paint, you're gonna want a cup of water. Make sure you're just filling that to the black line, and a paper towel, because as you know, our paintbrush must be clean and dry before dipping into any of our paints. Now, what you're going to do is we are going to actually print or stamp this in two places, and I just want to show you where I have decided where I'm going to print mine. I'm going to do mine right about here. I came down a little bit. I'm going to print that. I'm going to come down a little bit, and I'm going to print it again right here. It's up to you where you'd like to print yours, but I just want to show you that's my plan. I want it printed at least 2 times. All right. For this, what you're going to do, I'm going to push this up, and we're actually going to use paintbrushes. I'm using the Mama Bear paintbrush. I would say Mama Bear and the Teenager are your 2 best bets for this project. And I'm going to decide what colors that I want to do for my shapes. You can do each one a different color. You can do them all the same color. You can vary this however you would like. I will tell you, once you start painting this paint on here, it is important that you print before this paint dries. So this needs to be a quick process, all right? So I am painting, I've decided I'm going to paint those shapes red. I'm actually going to paint these shapes red too. Make sure you have enough paint on here that is going to stamp. So I'm going to do these red. I want to change my color, so I'm going to quickly rub the bottom and dry it. I'm going to use orange for the center here. And I'm going to use orange going down these. Remember, I need to work quickly so this paint doesn't dry. If you're too slow and that paint dries, it will not stamp or print. Once I have it painted, I'm going to put my paintbrush aside. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to set it on my burlap where I want it. And the key is to push down evenly all the way across, because what you want to do is you're pushing that paint down onto the burlap cloth to make your print. There's my first print. I'm going to go ahead and do this again. Now you might have noticed, see how some of them printed better than others? That's just showing me I need to get a little bit more paint on my stamps. And I think what I'm going to suggest to you is you do one print on paper before you print on your burlap, because I feel like the second prints, because there's paint on here already, do better. So I'm going to have you print it once on a paper, and then I'm going to have you print onto your burlap. I'm quickly getting my paint on here, and I'm globbing it on here pretty good because I want some nice coverage. And then you'll see I'm going to go ahead and print this again right here. I push down, I rub, rub, rub. And there's my print. So I know you're going to have a great time. Now, when you are finished with this, I'm just going to have you put this on the drying rack. We're going to let this dry in case we need this again. But you can just put it on the drying rack. I also want to stress, notice I use the same colors for the first print as the second print. You are going to use the same colors for the first print and the second print. I don't want you to switch up those colors. These 2 prints should look the same. So enjoy your printing today.